Live from Studio B at the TWRA headquarters in Nashville, Tennessee WildCast is on the air with your hosts, Doug and Jason.
All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of Tennessee WildCast. I'm Jason Harmon. Right next to me is Mr. Doug Markham, and we have Mr. Don King in the house today.
Yes, sir. Good to be here.
Hey, I like that open. Sounds good.
All right.
Some pretty cool music, huh?
Who's that on the drums?
That's a guy I met him on the road. Yeah. Jason's our star drummer on this track, as a matter of fact. Yeah. We got together at the studio and laid these down. Actually, just about a week ago, and got some session musicians to kind of stop by and
real talent is what you got.
Yeah, we had a good time with it, and hopefully it'll showcase the WildCast.
Yeah.
Hear that acoustic guitar?
I do hear that.
Yeah, a little rhythm.
I
there,
recognize
Mr. Don King.
Yeah.
But great to have those folks jump in there and help us with this track, and I think y'all will enjoy the new theme music. Some cool licks in there.
It's something about TWA. There's always been, for those who don't know, there's always been a lot of musical talent around here, and from way back.
Yep.
And of course, Don's continued it, and you and Dave Woodward did a lot.
He sure did.
Brant. I mean, we could go on and on.
Yeah.
With that. So anyway, Don,
Yep.
It sounds really good. And
Sorry for the interruption.
Y'all throw that in there too.
There you go. Put that on airplane mode.
Yeah. Speaking of airplanes, did you have a good time in Denver?
Yeah, I just got back from Denver social media conference out there, government social media groups, met some other wildlife agencies out there, other county and city government people, and learned a little bit about social media and what we can do better on our social media here in Tennessee.
So when you go to Colorado, now what do you bring back as a gift for being gone? That's sort of a trick question. Never mind.
I don't know.
Never mind.
Don't eat the brownies, though.
Okay.
Right?
All right. I know y'all had a good time learning about social media, and we missed y'all. But it was pretty quiet. Usually when all of y'all go out of town, everything breaks loose across the state.
Yeah.
So
How'd you
quiet.
handle that?
It was pretty easy for once.
Were the gators in the way?
The gators got in the way a little bit. The alligators. I know all of y'all are loving the alligators out there.
We were helping you with those posts. I just want to let everybody know
There was that bump in the road.
We were just joking with you guys, trying to make light of the subject, but there are no gators in East Tennessee right now that we can confirm.
Okay, no gators, and we do have them in West Tennessee.
And they're not trolling us. The Florida Gators has not sent their band of gators over here to troll us. And
alligators, cougars, armadillos,
playbook.
coyotes. What's coming next? So anyway, but it's a lot of fun, and we got a busy show for you today. Don's going to talk about some things coming up, and Jason and me. And the commission just they didn't set the season. They heard proposals for the hunting season coming up this year, Don, and it was a pretty long meeting the other day, and they'll meet again May 17th, 18th here in Nashville, Tennessee.
Yep.
Right down the road from where we are right here in Studio B. And they will set the season not for just 1 year, but for 2 years.
For 2 years for hunting this next May.
If you're not aware of that out there, folks, that's why you really need to comment when we ask you, because it's 2 years now.
Yep.
Hunting and fishing. The fishing won't be set again until next time. October or whenever they're set, but it'd be for 2 years when we do.
And the good thing is, we get used to the regulations for, once they set them, then we're good for 2 years. You don't have to really worry about it for the following year. Unless some emergency comes up, they still have the option to tweak it a little bit.
Knock on wood, and every other lucky thing, if we got CWD, things would change, right? That's just an example. We'd have to go in there and change stuff.
It'd have to be something really drastic.
Right, okay. So, and speaking of drastic stuff, not drastic, but we want to say hello to some new folks. It's drastic for what we're doing, right? This is what we say hello to?
WZYX radio, the Eagle Radio in Cowan, Tennessee. We're going to be on the Eagle Radio this Saturday at 6:05, this show. And it's
to us now.
A new partnership. This show will be airing right there on WZYX 6:05 after the news on 94.5, 95.3, and 1440 AM.
It's okay. Franklin County. We love the folks down there because they're outdoorsmen, supreme. That whole little community is an outdoors community, and glad you're listening to the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency's broadcast.
Yeah,
here.
yeah, we're excited about it, and hoping some other stations will jump on board soon, and we'll be able to reach the whole state.
Yeah,
WZYX is our flagship.
Yeah, the flagship
and
station.
I love it. Eagle,
It's
Eagle.
only fitting
Eagle
that
radio.
it's Eagle Radio.
That's right.
You know?
Did they say it was a bald eagle or is it?
I'm guessing bald eagle.
Okay, all right.
but, yeah.
Okay.
Hey, but you never know what you'll hear. They say you never know what you'll hear next. They got a great variety of music, and then you can listen to WZYXradio.net as well.
I listen to you listening to it. I'll go in there and you'll have it on. It's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah,
They
great
play some
stuff.
cool
It
music.
really is. Yeah, they're very involved in the community. And
That's what I miss about some of our radio here in the big city of Nashville.
Yeah.
I love that community stuff.
Yep, they were able to recommend a great place for us to go have lunch after we had our meeting with them
Yeah.
a few weeks ago. So, yeah, you can tell they are very involved, and the listeners appreciate it, and they love to hear from their listeners too. So if you're listening in and you like what you're hearing, let them know.
Jason said when y'all went down there the first time, they said, that's the voice of TWR. He's Don King.
Yeah,
He lives.
I was with Stardom. Man. It was like,
Yeah. Don,
That's
how long
Don
you been
King.
voicing for us now?
I'm Don King for your Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency, reminding you to put the plug in your boat before you launch it this spring. Since about 1975.
1975.
So,
wow.
So a long time.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. by the
Hey,
way.
thank you.
hey,
thank
you think you could do that again with a little music?
Sure.
All right, see what we got there.
Hi, this is Don King for your Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency, reminding you to put the plug in your boat before you launch it this spring. Makes for a lot less embarrassment.
Oh yeah, visit tnwildlife.org.
Wear your
Perfect.
life
I'm
jacket.
gonna tell you
they
something.
float, you don't.
And tomorrow, I'm going to try not to embarrass myself. I haven't been fishing since October.
Oh, man.
So tomorrow, that's where I'm going to be.
All
Just
right.
letting you know that.
Okay,
Heads up right
All
now.
right.
All right.
I didn't get an invitation.
You will later because I might be doing that a lot here in a minute. So anyway, let's get back to the meeting, Don. There was a whole lot of stuff that went on this week. And one of the big recommended changes is the elk. We'll get the elk too, is the deer antler limit, the
Right.
length limit again on antlers.
Right.
So you want me to explain it or you want to carry it?
Well, I can just kind of give you the 30,000-foot view, basically going back to what we had before several years ago. Am I correct in saying
Correct.
that?
You were
Doug?
correct. Yes, sir. We've had 2 years we went without. It was just above the hairline. But the traditional, the hunters that are my age and way back,
How old are you?
way back.
Okay.
And I'm not quite as many birthdays as Don, but I'm right behind him. Anyway,
As far back as I can remember, too.
easy for that, yeah. And Todd, too, probably, sitting here. We're going to go back to what a lot of folks would think is a traditional limit on antlers.
Right.
And what happened many years ago is the agency and the commission created a 3-inch, give you an opportunity to mess up 3 inches of antler.
Right.
And the 3 inches, if you kill anything or harvest anything that has antlers below 3 inches, it was always counted as an antlerless animal.
Right.
You put it with your does,
Right.
more or less. That was changed 2 years ago. The Wildlife Division was trying to do some things that would protect some of the bucks more, and it did some of that. But it didn't protect as many, I don't think, as they didn't protect as many young bucks as they thought it would, and it didn't also might have put a little more pressure on the does, they're thinking, and nothing devastating, of course, but there was also a survey with sportsmen they did, and the sportsmen said, we really like to go back. So they have recommended going back to the 3 inches.
And there you go. There's the comment period. We
Yeah,
always
right.
invite folks to chime in and let us know what you're thinking, and so that was a time that the comment period really, I think carried
listened.
some weight with our commissioners.
Yeah, and that's why we ask. And you just can't do everything everybody wants done. There's
That's
just
right.
so many people wanting so many different things, and then in the end, you're still trying to look at the resource. But the resource is in good shape in Tennessee. So we can do a little bit of different stuff. But it's not done yet. We got to iterate and reiterate that this is a proposal.
Right.
And it's still 2 weeks away, 3 weeks away for the commission meeting again. And they'll
17th,
decide.
I believe.
17th and 18th, correct. And they'll decide then and set it again for 2 years. But it looks like if the proposals go if they go as it is, we're going to go back to 3 inches. So you kill something under 3 inches, it goes towards your antlerless animal. You still got your bucks.
Right.
Okay, no changes in the buck limit. As far as statewide goes, it's going to be 2 again, and then you'll have to look at your WMA. One of the things we're going to do, Jason and I, when we're done with the show today, is work on posting some information about our wildlife management areas. There was a long conversation on some changes on some of your favorite WMAs out there, and we're going to post that today.
I think we can easily make it easier for you to find exactly where in that clip to watch it, and you can go back and watch the meeting and follow along with the PowerPoint and the presentation and hear all the comments and get a 10,000-foot view instead of the 30,000.
Yeah, right. We'll come on down.
Come on
bring it
down,
down.
You can follow along.
It was an interesting meeting, and other stuff happened. There's a talk also in something called manner and means, what you can and can't do, of maybe creating an airbow, making it legal in certain situations during the gun season, the modern gun season, and during the archery season for people with disabilities.
Right. Accommodation for those folks that couldn't use any other.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of comments on Facebook about that. People wanting those airbows or wanting to know, can I use an airbow or an air gun? Or
Yeah.
so.
And if you don't know what it is, go look it up. It's easy to look up. It's a pneumatic. It's a pneumatic. I don't know, somewhere between a crossbow and a firearm.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it shoots a boat.
It shoots a boat,
But
yeah.
pneumatic, you pull the trigger. And I don't know if it'll pass or not. There was, at the end of the meeting the other day, there was a talk about do they fall under Pittman-Robertson rules that allow some taxation on firearms, and would it be fair if they don't or do? And so I don't know how that's going to turn out yet.
Yeah, apparently they don't at this point. So I think there's some, hesitation on some people's part because of that.
And and it may seem like it might seem like not a big deal to some folks, but when you think about all the folks out there, all these manufacturers who create the guns and the archery equipment, all that, and they're paying their fair share to what goes to spread across the country to help pay for hunting opportunities and property and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
It really makes sense.
Yeah.
That they're looking into that.
Yep, sure does.
So we'll see how that goes. Then also it looks like there's going to be you're not going to be able to use natural urine on for an attractant for
Right.
deer urine for attractant. That's been proposed because of CWD concerns.
Right, and that's just the commission taking this thing really, really seriously, and that's just another part of it.
Yeah, right. And speaking of CWD, even though it wasn't discussed the other day at an earlier meeting this year, Jason, you and I were talking yesterday, the commission voted to make every state in the country subject to Tennessee's to our laws of bringing deer into here, and to our transport laws to Tennessee.
Right.
It's not on the website yet. I've had several people ask me about it not being on the website. It's not there yet because it's a rule that has to go through a review process from the Attorney General, our state Attorney General. And so once that's done, then I look for every state in the country to have to, whether they've had CWD or not, if you're going out to hunt mule deer, elk, any of those animals out there, and you bring them back to Tennessee, you're going to have to follow the import restrictions, which means cleaning their teeth, cleaning their antlers, coming back deboned.
Clean skull cap.
Everything cleaned. And all that's on our website. You can go to our website, and there's videos out there
Helps you show
that
you
will
how
help
to
you
do
do
it. Yep.
all that stuff. So you might as well be getting used to that, because the map that's out there now, it's got yellow for the states that have had CWD are all yellow. Well, this goes through. Every state's going to be yellow. So
Can we go back to that urine thing?
sure.
I wasn't at the meeting. I was at the conference this past week, but does that mean you can't use like Tink 69 or what is that?
If it's
apply
a
to?
natural, and I'm
natural
not,
urine, okay.
Yeah, and it's a manner of means. I need to look at it a little bit more too and see if it also. I didn't study to see if it also goes for any urine out there, even the ones that are I guess artificial.
I think it
Just the
doesn't
natural
include the artificial. Yeah, I think it's just the natural.
Just
ones.
whatever's natural. So
Yeah,
I don't know
so-
what Tinks is, but that's just one I've heard of and I've used in the
Oh
past.
yeah,
But
if it's natural, Tinks is famous. I mean, it's good.
Yeah.
Then it's not going to be. It won't be allowed if they accept the proposal.
yeah.
So once
this
again,
is all ifs
all ifs,
yeah.
all the ifs, and in a couple
until
of weeks.
May
Yeah.
17th.
That's right. So it's your chance. Also, they're taking comments right now, Don.
Right. So you can just let us know via. Well, you guys are
Email.
the experts on that.
Let us know. There's a comment. You can go out on our website and find, at least put out a press release. In fact, I have it right here in front of me on one of these, and we'll give you the information. But it's in our newsroom at tnwildlife.org. Just go down and look in our newsroom, and you can find exactly what the comment is. So
I know a lot of folks like to comment on Facebook too, and we'll take those and consider them, but
yeah, but
that's
you need
not
to do the other.
That's not the official way.
official
to do
way to submit your concerns or your comments. So try to get to that press release and send an email.
It. Yeah, and those official ones get
Yeah.
tabulated in a spreadsheet, and I mean the guys really
Right.
analyze those and take them to heart. So
Yeah, you got to look on our website because I'm doing a lousy job, and this is it right here. Yeah, just go on our website, tnwildlife.org, and there's a TWA.so-and-so comment, and we'll take your comments
Yeah.
like that, okay?
that's the way to do it.
And
Dot
let us know what
so-and-so,
you
I
think.
like that.
And so-and-so, yeah, it's a good one.
It's out there, I promise.
Let's talk also, and I'll keep looking for that while we talk. Let's talk about the raffle tickets
Yeah.
for elk.
Yep. This year, instead of auctioning the one elk tag, traditionally what we've done in years past is offer that up to a nonprofit so that they could help raise money with that one tag. And over the years, we've done basically an eBay auction to attract folks to bid on that. And it was suggested, a year or so ago that maybe a raffle might be a more cost-effective way to raise more money with this one tag that we're using for this purpose.
I like how fair it's going to be.
Yeah, and so everybody has exactly the same chance, and it's just $10 per try. Really, I mean.
And you can buy, if you want to buy 100, 1,000, 10,000, you can buy them, right?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. Hey, I do
you
have
can
the email on that one. But anyway, that's
right.
it's enough. You need to go. Lee Wilmot's putting out a lot of good releases. Go to our newsroom on our website and see all that.
And there are a couple of ways to do that. Our foundation, of course, they've been the ones that have headed up the auction in years past. They have also been awarded. They submitted RFP and all the official stuff, and they were awarded the opportunity to market this raffle as well. So, and their website is twrf.net. You can go right to their homepage, and there's a button very, very visible right on the homepage. You can click on, it says elk tag $10, and you click on that, and it'll take you there. And if you haven't bought your license yet, there's another opportunity through Go Outdoors Tennessee. So if you're a little late in buying your license for this year, you can make that a part of your package when you purchase your license. So either through the app or online, you can log in there and just change that number to however many of those chances you want. And
That's what I like about that. There's so many opportunities. I mean, you could buy 50 of these, you could buy 100 of these, you can buy one of these, but everybody's got pretty much the same opportunity.
Okay, but we want to make sure you understand, too, there's still going to be the same quota hunts, too. You still
Yes.
can apply for quota
You
hunts.
still apply for the
Okay,
program.
Yep.
that's what, 11 or something like that total. But this one is just it's a chance. And
And it is a rifle tag,
Yeah.
correct?
right.
Yeah, Don. And speaking of that, Jason, did you already mention the different things that's also involved in this?
No, but that
We can show a picture on
a
it.
rifle
Yeah.
package is a part of that.
Yeah.
And for our listeners, we're showing a little picture here.
Yeah.
You can see those images online if you're listening just to the audio portion of this program. But there's a
And this is new to me. I'm not familiar with this model gun. TIKKA. How do you say that?
Okay.
Okay.
TIKK.
It's right there. If you're watching, you can see it. But it's a T3X light stainless steel bolt action rifle in a 7mm Remington
You
mag.
could take an elk with it. That's
Yes,
the
you
idea.
can.
oh yeah.
And an Oculus Pro Team HD
Very good.
rifle scope. So your chances are up to $1,000 package right here if you win this.
That's
You're
right.
getting to hunt. You're getting this gun, the scope, and
that's
we
thanks to
appreciate-
Bass Pro. They've
appreciate Bass Pro.
partnered with our foundation
Yeah.
to help sweeten the deal on this package. So, and so anyway, yeah, it's a good thing.
It is a good thing. And you folks down at WZYX, again, if first time you've heard is tnwildlife.org, the things that we're talking about, you can go see them all on that, or we can help you link to some of these other sites.
Sure.
Our foundation's easy to find. It's Tennessee Wildlife Resources Foundation, and the information's out there. And we're going to try to make as much of this available as possible on our website, and also keep up with our Facebook. There's a tremendous amount of information that goes on, which you can also link to from our websites. And that website, that Facebook is constantly turning with information all the time. We got Twitter account also, and Jason's got our Instagram going good. And so we're trying to talk to y'all as much as possible all across the state, but including you folks down there in Franklin County.
Yeah, since we're talking about it, I'll throw it up on the screen. But there's all our website and social media platforms to connect with.
Go ahead and say them real quick, Jason.
You want me to rattle them off?
Yeah,
tnwildlife.org. tnwildlife.org is our website. Facebook, if you want to find our handle there, it's at Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency. Twitter, our handle is TN Wildlife, and Instagram is at TN Wildlife Resources Agency. So that's how you find us on those different platforms.
Going back to the meeting, too, a lot of discussion on our wildlife management areas. That's what Jason and I are going to work on today after this show is over, and you'll see it this weekend and on through the next week. But the WMAs, our wildlife management areas, I mean, if you can, this right here is pretty much it. These are the changes that have gone on or been recommended, and some are changes and some are traditional, but it's long. But all the guys that presented during the meeting, we call them our program manager. They did a great job telling things that are going to be happening that they want different to happen on their WMAs. And I know Cheatham, WMA here in Middle Tennessee, they're working real hard to get people to come back. There was a die-off a few years back, about 10 years ago, an EHD kill off of the deer. Deer went away, people went away. Nailed deer are back, and people aren't back. And we're trying to get folks to understand it's really good. So they're going to propose to put it back in the quota system and get people all fired up and maybe create some trophy-style hunting on Cheatham WMA. Over on President Island, I believe they're reducing some number of antlerless hunts to create more antlered hunts, if I understood that presentation right.
Yeah.
But that's going to be in their President's Island. You almost don't have to talk about that. People know it. It's over in West Tennessee, and everybody wants to go, but only a few. It's not quite as hard as the elk raffle, but it's pretty close in some way. But it's a great place.
Just about, yeah.
And Region 3, they're working real hard on their WMAs. And Region 4, there was it's in 3 or 4 UTWMA, where they got all kinds of stuff going on over there. I believe that was Region 3 that was talking about that. That was Kirk Miles. And then John Mike took care of Region 4, and they got some great ideas to really make some of their WMAs more enjoyable for everybody. So that's what we want you to come and see. And these WMAs are public land, so if you don't have private property, you're like me, you don't really have any private land to go hunt on.
Right.
These are great choices for you to do, and if you spend some time studying the guide and what's going on, you really can find some wonderful opportunities in these places.
Yep.
So that's what we want you to see out there.
Did they hit on the turkey study at all this last meeting? I know some folks probably. I think they voiced their concerns about the turkeys and.
They did. Joey Sweeney came up and spent a few minutes on it. Of course, you had her on a couple of weeks ago.
She was on our show a couple weeks ago. Yeah,
y'all did a great job with her. Joey talked about it briefly. There's a study going on in southern Middle Tennessee to see what's going on with some of the turkey numbers there. And I think folks might be confusing that with we don't have turkey, our numbers are down across the state. Where numbers don't show that. We got a good turkey population. We got some issues in southern Middle Tennessee that they're working on, only entering like the second year of a 6-year study.
Right.
So there's a long way to go on that, but overall the turkey population is good. Numbers may be down this year right now, but wait to see before it's over.
Well, there's a lot of things that play into that. I mean, the weather's been different, a lot different.
April was February this year or something. I don't know. So
spit and snow and everything.
Yeah, so it's just different, but overall it was good. And I think the good news for sportsmen is there wasn't a recommendation to change the bag limit during the spring hunts. And the bag limit's 4 statewide, bearded birds. And it didn't change, so that tells me the biologists think we're in pretty good shape. The fall season changed a year or two ago and went from a fairly liberal limit in a lot of counties to 1 everywhere, 1 either sex. And that's going to stay the same this year if the commission saw the proposal that are being made.
It's hard for me to believe that there's there may be some issues in parts of the state, but I'm seeing more turkeys in Wilson County these days than I have last year. So I don't know. They're out in the fields here when I'm driving to work, and I heard them this morning.
You just see them around, don't you?
It's like, man, why am I at work now?
People love it too. I took a photograph going to go to a talk the other day, and I was out in Williamson County and saw some birds doing their strut and stuff, and just stopped with a cell phone, took a shot. It was an okay shot, nothing fancy, but I put it out on Facebook, and everybody's happy. Because they saw it was a strutting turkey on a country road, and people love seeing it.
It never gets old, does
it? It doesn't. Yeah. It doesn't. Of course, if I'd been hunting that bird, I'd never seen it. But that's just the way it goes. Anyway, a lot of stuff going on with the hunting season. We'll talk about fishing here in a minute. Raffle, we good with that?
Yeah, I think so.
And we'll repeat it more. And again, I want to lead people to our newsroom on our Facebook. It's easy to find on the homepage. Lee Wilmot puts a lot of great stuff out there, and he's loaded us up today. And you can find all that contact information about the raffle ticket out there for the elk hunt.
I guess just to wrap that up, the finality will be on the 15th. That'll be August 15th. You'll be able to enter the raffle. 15th, and I guess it'll end at midnight on the
Right.
15th Central Time. So
Central Time.
just make note of that and don't miss it. And then the selection will be made via computer. Very fair deal. And then on the 24th, that lucky winner will be announced at the August 24th meeting of the commission.
Very good. And small game hunters, your season's got set too. I don't want to leave small game out, but there's pretty much the same as last year,
Yeah.
and fur bearing and all that stuff. And again, this is for 2 years. So when you see a press release, it used to would have said 2018-19. This one's going to say 28-20.
Uh-huh.
So remember that. And I hope this raffle works, Don. I really like that everybody's got an opportunity to get on this thing. And
Yeah, it's a
fun.
different wrinkle, and like you said, everybody can afford to put the $10 in and have as equal a chance as anybody
Right.
else.
And you may have said this while I was fumbling through notes trying to find that darn email address for public comment. We're just going to have to go on there and find it. But this $10, all the money goes to a nonprofit. Our
Right.
foundation is a nonprofit organization. That money will turn around and be used for something to benefit sportsmen.
Yeah, the foundation is awesome. They exist to assist our agency in our endeavors, and they do an awesome job of controlling basically what are called restricted accounts, and all the monies from this effort will go into a restricted account that's dedicated to elk restoration.
Okay.
So that'll be used, to further the cause as far as elk go in Tennessee.
Okay, that'll be on our Facebook this week too. Everything that you just talked about.
Good
Okay,
deal.
We'll put it out there. Also, fishing. It is fishing season. I've heard there's a lot of fish getting caught.
I've seen pictures.
I'm going to go disprove that theory, but I hear that they're being caught all across the state. We have had some high water, and you got to deal with that. And so be careful with the high water. Should be coming on back down now. But a couple of things of note: our free fishing day events are already listed. Not all of them. They're being added all the time. But again, if you come to our website, in tnwildlife.org, and you look under the fishing menu at the top, you'll find kids events, because these are designed for kids. Free fishing days for everybody. These events are primarily for kids, and you'll see where they're being held. East Tennessee, West Tennessee, Middle Tennessee, Cumberland Plateau.
Yes.
Everybody's going to have events, and a lot of opportunity out there. A lot of these places get stocked with catfish, and it just is a really fun day.
And the day itself is June 9th.
It is.
This year, but there's, like Doug, like you said, there's a lot of other events that it might be a week ahead of that or
Correct.
a week after it, but that's kind of prime time for those kind of fishing rodeos and events.
It is. There was one last weekend and one a couple weeks ago, and you got to be careful of those because they're events, they're fishing events, but they're not necessarily free fishing events.
Right.
So make sure you have the licenses if you need them. Depending on the age of your kid and whatever. And then there's some after free fishing day.
Uh-huh.
So we're just listing them, and they're out there. And don't forget our TARP program yesterday. Mike Bramlett upstairs sent a photograph of a young kid. I won't put it out on Facebook if I get permission. He had a shell cracker about that long.
Oh, wow.
If you can't see that,
That's
my
a fish
hands are
story.
out there about 2 feet. So it's
Wow.
right.
That's a fish
It
story.
was. I think it was like 16 inches though for a shell cracker.
Wow.
This
That's
little
awesome.
Kid. He got a TARP is a angler recognition permit where you can recognize the catch and stick it on your wall. And right now we've got it on the homepage to tell you all about that program. It's a lot of fun, and people are really participating in it. You can move up in patches.
Yeah, basically it's you can, like you said, you can earn your way, and you submit photos, right?
You do.
and
We'll put you on the website.
yeah.
Yeah, with your fish. And so anyway, it's
And
a
a
lot.
certificate, and
Yeah.
it's a fun deal for kids.
It's if you're a catch and release person, it's a great way to recognize your
Yeah.
catch. Get a certificate and let the fish go if that's what you like to do. May 24th, also a big day. May 23rd and 24th. We're going to go west here a little bit. Don, you're going to be at the 23rd event honoring a good friend of ours. He's not with us anymore, but he's a wonderful human being.
Right. Shane Hall, he was so helpful, so instrumental, and he was confined to a wheelchair for a big part of his life, but he didn't let that stop him.
No.
He was he got recruited by one of our commission members, as a matter of fact, during that time, and he did some great work while he was with us, and in helping with folks that need accommodation, that are wheelchair bound. That
help get some blinds.
Yep.
Fishing piers.
Especially duck blinds and some fishing piers, and even in Region 3, there's some fly fishing opportunity
over
where
the
you're
plateau,
right over the river. So, but yeah, we're gonna dedicate a boat ramp, a launching area in his honor on the 23rd.
Reelfoot Lake.
Yep.
Over Reelfoot Lake, wonderful place. I haven't been there in years. You're going to be at that one. I'm going to be the next day with Jason, and you're going to come over too, I think.
Sure.
You're going to go on your West Tennessee tour. Go play some music while you're there, playing Tiptonville, and break out this new music for our show in Tiptonville. Anyway, the next day, be over at Paris, all you folks that are interested in Asian carp. Frank Fiss is going to be there. Tim Broadbent representing the agency. We're going to try to air it live
stream to Facebook. That meeting, so hopefully
May 24th.
If y'all want to tune in, ask questions, we'll try to take some of those if we can and relay them to Tim and Frank.
Well, it's going to be at the Enoch Building in the fairgrounds in Henry County, and we know not everybody can go to the Enoch Building fair, so we want to try this Facebook stuff and get y'all involved in it and let you see what they got. This Asian carp is a serious issue for us. We've had a lot of serious issues. The deer has CWD, and the fish have Asian carp and whirling disease.
And there's a lot going on with it. Our agency's been involved with it since, the early 2000s.
Long time.
But it's just kind of come to the forefront here more recently.
I think some folks are just now discovering that we just now discovered it when we discovered it a long time ago or something like that. And we want them to know that it's in our heads. We're working hard for it, Don, to try to curtail it, stop it, slow it down. We're not sure that they're even reproducing and all. We just know that there's a lot of them coming out of Mississippi River, coming up ours, and we hope they're not reproducing. They may be. But there's a lot of work. There's a big bow hunting tournament going on in June, and we'll talk more about that in the future. It's been posted on our Facebook. And don't think that we're thinking bow hunting is how we're going to stop the Asian carp invasion. Bow hunting them is a way to bring attention to the situation.
Right.
And get folks out there to take some of them out of the water. Teach some of them that if you learn how to clean them, that they really taste good. If you fry them up, they're excellent food.
That's right.
And the thing I hate most about it, I hate that they're here, but I wish they bit a hook. They're not hook biters. So most of you got to net them or shoot them because they're filters. They filter the water, and that's a concern. They're taking out all that plankton that our game fish like to eat during the early parts of their life cycle. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to bring attention to it. And this May 24th, they're going to talk about Asian carp, but Tim Broadbent, he knows so much about Kentucky Lake and Barkley Lake. He'll be talking about just other stuff that's going on over there. So if you want to tune in, May 24th, the meeting starts. Don't hold me to it right now. I think it starts about 6 o'clock, but we'll have plenty of time to tell you exactly when it starts.
Yeah, and if you want to learn more about them before the meeting, tnwildlife.org. We say this all the time, but tnwildlife.org on our homepage, Asian Carp Management Efforts. It's right below the turkey hunting info and WMA maps right there. So visit our homepage, click on that, and you can get all the information.
Yeah, and thanks to Lee, it's right in front of me, 6:30 in the Enoch Building, and that's 517 Royal Oaks Drive in Paris. Again, this is on our website and right in our newsroom.
In the newsroom. I'll slide up and show them that while we're there. Homepage. Newsroom is right there on the homepage, and you can see all news by clicking the little blue button under the newsroom, or the top 3 stories are there as well.
All right. So you folks down in Franklin County, we're having to talk to y'all a little bit more since you can't necessarily see anything when you're listening to us early in the morning, but you can go out and see our show in other spots too if you physically want to watch it at some point.
Yep. And we're glad y'all are tuning in.
Yeah. All right. What else we got? We've told them a lot today. Don, what else you got? You're a year older and wiser. You should know more.
Oh man, you caught me, Doug. I got nothing right now.
All right. Well, we've sort of talked it out. Jason, did you bring back any great tips from Denver?
We're going to make our social media a lot better for you. We're working hard on that, and follow us on those channels, because that's where we're trying to get our information out to you. It's an easy way for us to communicate, and everybody's on social media. Just
talk to us, guys. We're trying to work for you. Don't get mad at us. We're working hard to try to help make Tennessee a good place to hunt and fish and look at wildlife, and doing we work with all wonderful people over here who've got the same goals in mind, and that's to make stuff better. So
that's it.
All right.
Don't forget to listen to us on WZYX in Cowan, Tennessee.
Love the music. Thank you, Jason.
Oh, thank you.
Don, thank you. Very good.
Bet.
As always. Typical Don King stuff. Very good.
Our pleasure.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Todd, thank you for hanging out. And we'll be back with another live show next week. We just don't know what day yet.
Yep. We'll see you next week, though.
Yeah, see
on
you next
Tennessee
week.
WildCast. All right. Y'all have a good one.
Thanks for tuning in. Stay connected with TWRA by visiting our website at tnwildlife.org and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Hey, it's all about Tennessee wildlife. It's what we do. Tennessee WildCast will be on the air again next week. We'll see you then.